How goes the family? Happy Friday. Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully you guys are having a great and exceptional day. Today's word of the day is jurisprudence. It stands for the theory of law. And I chose this word today because the one beautiful thing about having friends and people I've worked with and members of my family who are attorneys, I've gotten so many different perspectives in regards to how the law works. And then, of course, watching a bunch of, court shows. I still can't believe Judge Mathis' show has been on all this time. I mean, I remember when his show first came on back when I was in high school and I still had long cornrows and whatnot. So shout out to Judge Mathis, Judge Judy, Judge Joe Brown, Judge Ross, all the judge shows, Judge Alex, even though he can be somewhat of a special person. Yeah, those are people I watched, and I would get different interpretations of the law, especially how the law worked from a federal level, then how laws work from state to state. So very interesting. And it's like life. Everybody has their own interpretations, their own theory on how life is supposed to be lived, how you're supposed to live your life, live your best life, and how you're supposed to go about living your best life. You know what I mean? So I think that's just one thing, main reason why I chose that word today, because everybody's life is different. Everybody's interpretation of how life is supposed to be is different. And it should be respected as long as, laws are not being broken and people aren't being assaulted and molested, sexually assaulted, and things of that nature. But, people doing crazy things. But as far as how you live your life, my mindset is that you take care of your family, you pay your bills, you try to be the best person that you can be. Only you're the one that can judge how that's going to go down, and you just leave it at that. All right. So that's why I chose the word jurisprudence today. Today's quote of the day is by T.I. He says, "Stop looking at what you ain't got and start being thankful for what you do got." And I think we all need that that positive reinforcement from a mental standpoint. We all need that because a lot of times we forget that we need to be thankful for what we do have and stop always thinking about what we don't have, because of that, having that mindset, and I'm guilty of this as well, having that specific mindset puts us in a position to where we're not focusing on the things that matter the most, and we're not focusing. Therefore, us worrying about the stuff we don't have, it's like worrying about things you can't control. It takes a lot of energy and it drains you from being more productive in this life. I remember when I used to work 3 jobs, and this is back in my early 20s. I'm glad I did it back then and not having to do it now. I remember working 3 jobs, and people always tell me I work too much. And I was like, yeah, but I'm working for a goal. Because if I wasn't working the second job, then I'd be as broke as you are. 1, 2, I'd be wasting time as much as you do. And then another thing to take into consideration, I would be is just as far behind financially as you are, and I probably gotten some sort of trouble, because being busy is the best thing that anybody can be in this life. That's why a lot of times I'm working more harder this year to stay off of social media, because it's not making my life as productive as I need it to be. It's just, and I just leave it at that. So on that note, do the great 3 things: like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. As I always say, make money move, so live like a fool. Take care, family.